a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. I'm living on the island. When summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls. Take daddy's credit card, charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, we're living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Andy, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
Wow.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hardy till sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island.
I have a problem when I do stand-up and stuff. My hands
We
are
are
always...
on the air, and we are dancing it out. What is up, Benny? Are you
Hey,
good? We're loose. We're loose as goose. I don't know what else to sing about. So, welcome to the Gagootz Show. I'm Nicole Monaco, and this is...
I'm the guy. I'm that guy. I'm Benny Rizzuti.
That guy. Yeah, so we're having a fun time already.
Yeah, we're having a fun. We're getting ready for a fun show. Woohoo!
So, we got a couple of things to discuss. You had a show on Friday night.
Show on Friday in Astoria, Queens. It was amazing. It was great. It was a little room.
Okay.
The tipping in.
The tipping in.
About 75 people, 80 people, and Greg the Greek and Janice City run it.
Okay.
And she emceed that, and they call it Bagels and Baklava. That's the name of their group,
I like that.
Bagels and Baklava. And it was great. Stacy Pressman was on the show. Jordan Berber. It was
You wanted to say Justin Bieber. but
Justin
you
Bieber,
went
yeah.
with Jordan Berber, okay.
Jordan Berber and Matt Pavich were on the show. And it was a fun, great show. And then the next day, Janice and Greg both text me how great it was. And then the following day, Greg called me. He said, Benny, call me up right away. He left him a voicemail. So I called him, and he's like, hey, man, I got to have you back. The response was so great. I was known as the guy with the jacket over his head.
Oh, okay.
You got to bring that guy back, they were telling him. The
Awesome.
guy, because I only did it, since it was there was quite a few comics, I did 8, like under 10 minutes.
That's
But I
good.
did all my, I did all
Your Italian shtick.
my Italian
I
shtick.
like
And
that stuff, though. Didn't you
Yeah.
have a show on Saturday night, too?
Saturday did an interview. You
The
had
Beach
to,
Tree.
yeah. I did, no, we didn't, no, we didn't go, Beach Tree is this coming Friday.
Oh, this Friday.
The 20th,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
And there'll be a little bumper, a little commercial for that.
Okay.
And we're going to show a little picture at the end of your show coming up Thursday
Oh,
in Staten Island.
cool. That you're
Yeah.
driving me to, because I don't want to drive there.
And I don't want you to drive by yourself.
Thanks.
You know, I guess it's like,
my dad.
yeah, it's
Come
like,
on.
it's like the relative type of thing. Like, you can't make that ride. She can't make that
I
ride.
couldn't. I can't even pretend like I could. I can't.
Have you driven on the Verrazano Bridge? by
Yeah, I
yourself?
have, but it's been like 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody else is on the road, so it wasn't so
Yeah.
bad.
No, it'll be fun. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
And we did an interview that we're going to air eventually. Nancy actually interviewed Carolyn Jones,
Okay.
an amazing stand-up. She's been on HBO. She's been in Vegas. She's been all over. And she is a veteran. She's an Air Force veteran. And what an amazing, you didn't even have to ask her questions. Once the camera was on, she
Just
just
rolled with
was
it.
rolled. There's like 2 hours of footage that I
That's
have to.
awesome.
Yeah.
Where'd she interview her?
At my house,
Oh,
at our
okay.
house, our house, at Nancy's house.
Nancy's beautifully decorated house.
Beautifully decorated.
It
Oh,
always
and there's
smells like candles and cinnamon.
beautiful candles. There was a time I came home years ago when Ryan was younger, and I was like, oh my God, dinner smells great. And she's like, what dinner?
Yeah, that's what happened the last time I came there. I was like, oh my God, what are you cooking? It smells so good. She's like, oh, it's the candles. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
We are
But
ordering.
you had chicken. You made chicken. It was still good.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
candles just smelled really good.
I know, the candles, those candles are amazing.
They are. So our guest that we had on a few weeks ago, Fran Capo.
Fran Capo, yes.
Fran Capo, the fastest talking woman in the world of the Guinness Book of World Records, was on Dr. Oz and had a little segment on there. And she wanted to mention something about Twitter, right?
Yeah, to go on Twitter because it was an amazing episode if you got to see it, and I think you can
I
find
just
it on
saw a
YouTube.
small clip of it.
And of her fast talking with her friend RN Glenn. So if you tweet, she wants people, if you tweet at Dr. Oz and tell him to have Fran Capo and RN Glenn back on the show. And Fran's handle, I guess it's called, is at Fran Capo.
Right.
And it was great. I really hope she gets back on. It was the audience loved her. You saw her. She did it.
She has such a bubbly personality, and she was just. He was like, "My goodness, you talk fast," and she was like, blah, 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 and she spit it out. He was like, "Oh, that explains a lot." So,
Oh, that was great.
yeah. So we have a couple of guests that we are going to bring on
Yes.
later on this evening. We have Scott Baker.
Scott Baker, love him, and you did a show with him
I
like
did on Halloween. At Halloween.
This is going to be a real weird shoot today.
Yeah, it's going to get weird. It always does. Anywhere I go, it gets weird. We had a show at the Huntington Hilton in Melville on Halloween, which was awesome. I got to stay and watch a big portion of their set, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So we're going to bring on Scott a little later on, and we have Anthony Crescenzo, who's supposed to be joining us a little later. Hopefully, if the traffic zooms by, he'll make it here in time, and we'll see what happens. So,
And you and Jeannie Powers will be doing
our segment on current events.
current events, and there's a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about. Not much
know.
that I actually care about, but stuff to talk about.
Well, like you said last week in that segment, you couldn't care less.
I know. That's why it's funny to me to talk about this stuff with her, because she knows all about them, and I'm just like, who cares? And we, it's whatever. But we'll be right back. You're watching the Gagootz Show on MadhouseTV.com, and if there's a plane coming this way, this is where you should land it. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy, one of the founders here at Madhouse TV. You know, people ask me all the time what motivates me and what makes Madhouse TV different than all the other internet broadcasting studios around the world. Well, I tell you, what motivates me are the people we get to meet, the people we get to help, and the lives that we change by allowing their medium here at the studio. And I think that that's what my motivation is. What makes us different? Madhouse TV has been around for the past 5 years. We have a solid foundation. We've seen studios come and go. We've seen studios in basements, garages, shacks, little shanties all over the place. People wanting to do this type of media. This is the media of the future. So what makes us different? Here at Madhouse TV, our team, Tommy Marr, Vicky, Janine, we take this very seriously. This is not a joke. This is a very serious business. And to be serious, you need to spend money. And to need to spend money, you have to have the best equipment possible to make the best video and the best broadcast possible. And here at Madhouse TV, that's exactly what we strive to do. We got a strong foundation. We're going to be around for a long time. You know, they look at me every once in a while when I come up with an idea and they say, oh boy, here we go again. But you know what? It's that, oh boy, here we go again, that keeps us the best. And we will continue to strive forward to do whatever it takes to be the best internet broadcasting studio in America. And I got to be honest with you folks, we're on that path. Over the past several years, we have had some of the top entertainers here in this studio. We've had lunch with people like The Who. We've had people in here like George Thorogood's Destroyers. Tommy Marr has been inspirational in bringing some of the biggest talent in the world right here to the studio. You know, that's what it's all about. Once you're the biggest, once you're the best, they're going to come. So we're offering all of you out there who want to have a shot at media, want to have a shot at being on television, give us a call here at Madhouse TV. We'd love to talk to you. Our prices are unbelievably reasonable. This is not CBS. We never planned to be CBS. So if you want to be on TV, you want to get your message across, you have a non-for-profit that you got to get that message out to people of hope, give us a call at 631-882 6900. We're here to help, we're here to have a good time, and most of all, we're here to become the best and the biggest in this business. Thanks so much.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin. Galaxy Luxury.
And we're back with the Gagootz Show and our special guest, Scott Baker. Welcome back, Scott.
Yay, self-clap.
Yay. Thank you for having me, Ben. You know, I want to say, I don't know what you have planned because, you know, me, I like to improvise everything.
Yes.
But I just want to congratulate the two of you because I hear word on the street, people are talking, that the show's really, your viewership is growing. People are talking about it. They're clamoring. It's all over the internet, Facebooking. You know, the Gagootz Show. Did you watch it? Did you see it? Oh, I was on the Gagootz Show. So people are really, really starting to take to it.
Thank you.
You know,
Yeah,
so it's really
thanks.
growing. Yeah.
And you were on over a year ago,
Yeah,
Halloween.
That's right.
The
That's right.
Halloween show.
Oh, so was that it? It was a Halloween show. That's
It
right, because you
was.
guys were dressed in like costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's right. And I want to say, you know, this is great. Now, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Did you get new pillows? Because I don't remember these. Are these new? Are these new?
I think they are, yes.
They
Yes.
are, because I like the Ralph Furley feedback type thing.
Yes.
You know, this is like, I've never seen a zebra that's red and black, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
They're special zebras.
They're special zebras.
Yes, they're imported.
Oh, from
From
Red
the-
and Blackistan. Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
Exactly.
From where? Men in Black is there?
Red and Blackistan.
Oh,
yes.
all right. I heard Men in Black because my hearing's out.
It's all right. Same difference.
That's
No,
what
but I love it. I absolutely. This is very comfortable stuff. And I feel like a sultan with
That
this
one-
one.
yep.
Can you see this at home? It's got gold trim with the red velvet.
It is.
This is
Everything
very
is very
nice.
soft here.
I love the
Yes.
red velvet. It's 1970 Chicago ghetto. This is great. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
So,
That's great.
we were discussing a little bit before in the green room
Yes.
that I wanted to say for the show and ask you all these questions. You have a book. Can we talk about that for a little minute? Are we able to
Sure.
discuss?
No, I love the book. The book I'm most proud of.
Another book now, right?
Well, this one now it's starting to take, you know, people are finally starting to take notice because of all like, it's called A Warmer Shade of Blue. It's about all the nice things cops do. And now with this false rhetoric about, and this false narrative about police, anti-police sentiment going on, people are really starting to realize that, you know, this war on police. People are really starting to realize all the good things cops do. So it's a story, it's a book with all little individual stories, collection, about all the good things cops do above and beyond the line of duty, like buying homeless people in their sector or on their beat, you know, sandwiches from home, they're bringing them home. And all these cops want to remain anonymous because it's as crazy as it sounds. Like, you know how people have like peanut allergies? So like if you make a person a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you know, and then you feed it to him and God forbid he goes in, you know, anaphylactic shock or whatever the word, you know,
Yeah.
you're in trouble. So, you know, you don't want to, you mean well, but they just want to be, you know, anonymous. So or like going around Christmas time, you know, gathering money, going to a toy store and getting kids bicycles that other people were throwing out because, say you go and buy your kid a bike, say, oh, you know what, I don't need this bike, I'm going to throw it out. So they get the bike, they refurbish it and give it to kids. So it's all these types of stories.
great,
So
yeah.
so it's a really great book, you know.
Well, you're a retired police
What's the name of the
Yeah.
book now?
It's called A Warmer Shade of Blue.
A Warmer Shade
Yeah,
of Blue.
stories about good things cops do. You can get it on Amazon in either ebook or paperback. And it's a great gift for people. It's a great thing to read. And now I'm starting to donate a major portion of the proceeds to the Feel Good Foundation, and that's to help sick 9/11 responders. because these
Oh,
people are
great.
still sick. You
Yes,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. You know, they're still sick. They were on the pile and doing stuff, and
Yeah.
you know,
And they're
so
feeling it
yeah,
years
yeah,
down the road.
yeah, years down the road, man, years down the road. You know, so you know,
So
so
that's a great
that's the
thing.
proudest thing that I'm doing. You know, that and I got a new bathroom.
Oh,
yeah, I'm proud of that.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
Any
really nice.
good stories happening there?
Well, you know, I went
That
away.
you want to write about?
I went away to Italy, and I came back, and my landlord was like, I was like, listen, I'm going away to Italy. There's a leak in my bathroom. Fix it for like 2 years. And I didn't mean to spit on you. Just spit on you now? Okay.
No, you're just washing a spoon. No big deal.
So, you know, I come back, and I'm like, oh, my bathroom's not fixed. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to get to it, you know, like in 2 weeks. I'm like, but I was gone for 2 weeks. So now I have no bathroom. He guts the whole thing while I'm there. I got to use a bathroom on the other side of the complex. In the middle of the night, I got to go pee. I got to go up and walk outside, like cross the street.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like
He
this
was
is like,
giving you a real Italian experience.
yeah. I feel like this little house in the prairie again. Like you have to go outside in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, you know. And then but now I got a whole new bathroom.
That's awesome.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I don't know, that just came to mind.
Well, bravo to your bathroom.
Yeah.
You also are doing anti-bullying.
Yeah, because I do the improv, so everything is improvised. And
Right.
so what I do is I go into schools and I do anti-bullying speeches to the schools, and I show how improv or improvising can de-escalate a situation, and it makes the bully include instead of exclude.
Can you
So-
give us a little example of that?
Sure. It would just be something like, for argument's sake, what I do is like no arms, okay? So I'd bring somebody up, and I put them behind my back, and I'd go put my hands this way, and they stick their hands this way, and I get a historical event from the audience. So say they say like a Revolutionary War, you know? And I say, well, you know, General, I salute you, and then the little person's got to move their arms. And the point is that I counter off everything they do.
Right.
But what that does is it improvises, and I show I'm not making fun of the person, I'm having fun with the person. So instead of making fun of singling someone out, we don't do that. What we do is we have fun with that, and everybody shares in the laughter. Because a lot of bullies, they want to be the center of attention, or what they'll do is, a lot of bullies, science will show, I'm afraid that all the attention is going to be on me, so I got to put someone down to make myself feel better. So what I do is I show them, you don't have to put someone down to make yourself, if you need the center of attention for whatever psychological issues you have. I show them that you don't have to make fun of somebody to do that. You can have fun with somebody and still be the center of attention if that's what you crave.
Right.
You know, and it makes me go, wow, I could still be the good guy and still get the attention. I don't have to make fun of somebody to get the
Yeah.
attention. So that's why we do that.
Are the kids
Oh, that's
responsive
great.
to it?
Totally, because they realize going, hey, you know, we can have fun with and not make fun of, but it also teaches the other kids not to be so sensitive. You know, we're a society
yeah, you
now.
need a thicker skin
Oh,
sometimes.
come
too.
on. I mean, everything. I'm offended.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on. I mean, life is tough. You know what I mean? You know, you can't, I'm not saying someone should punch you in the face or bully you on Facebook and stuff like that. But you're going to, you know, life's not perfect. You're going to have to be able to deal with stuff.
Right.
Right.
And you're going to have to be able to defend. You're going to have to be able to interact back. You can't bury yourself in a text the rest of your life on your iPad. You know, you're going to have to be able to talk back.
And have a thick skin.
And have a thick skin and roll off the punches. If it doesn't upset you, they're going to get frustrated. The bully's going to get frustrated. Because if they're not getting to you, they're going to go on to another victim. You know, so don't let them, you know. I mean, and then there's the motivational side of it, too. So, you know,
Right.
because that's important, too, in building up their self-esteem. So it's all encompassing.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'm
I like
so
it. It's a lot of
happy
fun.
for
It's a
you.
lot of fun. I'm telling you, Malloy, you better take this stuff serious.
Why do I have to take it seriously?
Why? Because she's psychotic. She can see the future.
Okay, that's not what it is. She's psychic. She's not psychotic. Two different things.
It's not. That's the elongation of the word. I can't do walking. You call him impressionating?
Yeah, I'd like to do an impression of a guy that wants to kill himself. I kind of feel like right now I would just be dead on.
Do
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Do you really? Do you want to? Do you? Damn, pow.
Now,
Take a gun.
is that Christopher Walken or,
Yeah.
or Keith Walken, the guy that lives up the street?
What the heck would you do with 150 million anyway?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, maybe I'd travel. Maybe I'd take a trip to like Rome or Italy or something. Maybe I'd go there. It's always wanted to
Okay,
go.
you know those are the same place. Okay, let's start with that. That's the same place.
Well, good. It saves me money. Already I'm saving money.
Well, this is really weird, but they took my Victoria's Secret underwear.
In New York City.
Unbelievable.
Who does that?
Sons of, yeah. What color? Yeah, she was totally flirting with me. Oh, she brings up on a DD5 on a burglary report. Oh, by the way, someone stole my Victoria's Secret's brand new purple underwear.
Okay, first off, she didn't say purple. Okay, you asked her to color. Then she said purple, and then you go, purple lace? Creepy,
Yeah, well, it's
creepy.
Victoria's Secret's, of course it's lace.
You should know how to pronounce the name. It's Victoria's Secret. It's not Victoria's Secrets. She doesn't
that's
have
how
more
you
than one
pronounce
secret.
it.
The secret is the lingerie. It's not more than one. It's not a bag of secrets.
What
love
I
you.
do.
Hey, I love you.
I don't care what.
We're back.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. They just everybody's like, he loves Scott. Benny's coming out of the closet finally.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they know we inched closer? Did they?
It did. That little moment happened.
it did.
Anyway, we're back. We just watched a clip from Midtown, your show, which is on Amazon Prime.
Correct. Amazon
That is
Prime.
great.
Yeah, really. That was really exciting. Like I was saying before, Malloy's the Hollywood guy, and he's got us onto Amazon Prime. They saw it, they loved it, they picked up the clip, and we're gonna probably shoot some more in September, in the spring. I keep saying the fall, spring. I don't even know when that. But dude, that's really exciting because everyone's really loving the show. I can't believe, it's really this is like your first big breakthrough. So it's really kind of weird when you pop up Amazon Prime, and all of a sudden you look up and you get 10 reviews, 30 reviews, 50 reviews. I got like 160 reviews.
That's awesome.
The numbers are, I know, it's unbelievable. Like, there are 100.
It's cool,
not only people
right?
are taking
You're
the
like,
time, like,
yeah,
I'm like,
this is awesome.
they're taking the time to watch it, and then it's like, now they're actually taking the time to write about it. And it's the funniest thing because you'll get people that hate cops, and they're just going to know that I was an ex-cop, and they're just going to pound it no matter what. I hate blah, blah, blah. And then you get people go that totally get it, like, oh my God, this is like Seinfeld meets Barney Miller. This is hysterical because it's all improvised. But it's what really happens in a patrol car.
And your partner who's on the show with you was really your partner?
No, but you wouldn't know that he's such a good actor, and me and him we're tight. We met on the set of Anger Management, that Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
So we're really pretty tight, and we just hit it off. So he is so good. I get calls from people and fan mail that goes, "Oh, was he a cop too? He seems like was he a real partner, just like you asked?"
Right.
He's that good.
He does seem that way.
That dynamic you guys just have worked well together. And you feed
He's
off
great.
each
And
other.
we were the original writers, and we actually shot the pilot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And they
Right.
totally ripped us off. But that's like Hollywood, they have a lot more money than I do. It's Regis Philbin's son-in-law. And I don't care. You can try and sue me because I don't like you. Because you robbed me. You absolutely robbed me. Straight up robbed me.
I know. Nancy told me when he was first met.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Nancy, she was such a doll. She emailed me, and she was like, I'm like, look, that's life. We're going to do bigger and better, and, that's the way it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is funnier than Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Still keeping my fingers crossed and pulling for you guys.
Yeah, but it's been taking off. It's been really picking up steam. We're getting new numbers in. I'm supposed to get it like second week in November, so we're getting the numbers in from Amazon Prime like this week.
Well, like you said, with Hollywood, that happens. I'm going to tell you a story without mentioning names. A couple of friends of mine who are big stand-up comedians went to like a pretzel place, like Roll Gold, and they said, we want to shoot a commercial, we want to shoot it with you. So this comic will think of ideas and bounce it off and everything. Next thing he knows, the George Costanza, Jason
Alexander.
Jason Alexander is doing his material on the commercial.
Oh, really?
On TV, yeah.
And it happens.
Because
it happens.
Because they know the comics have the brain and the wit to come out with and write something quick, and then they put it down and they give it to someone. And what are you going to do?
You're not going to go. You don't have the money to go start a lawsuit. You just don't have it.
Yeah.
And a lot of these attorneys, they want that whole retainer. So whatever. But you know what? You can't. There's a statute of limitations on excuses. Everybody gets smacked around. Things happen to everybody. You're going to sit there.
Skin.
Yeah, exactly. Thick skin. You're going to have to, be resilient. You're going to have to come back and find another way. I mean, what do you think? I'm the only one who's got something ripped off? No. So whatever. You just come back.
It's unfortunate that it happens, but you do what you got to do.
It is, and it's unfortunate that his car windows got broken. Look, I don't know anything about that. I don't know. It's unfortunate. These things happen. He has to have thick skin. It's unfortunate that he just happened to have sand or sugar in his gas tank. I don't know how it got there.
I was at the wedding.
Yeah.
Just always say I was at the wedding.
Yeah, I got 6 witnesses that say I was home playing cards with my friends.
That's it.
That's all.
I knew a police officer who told me a story that they worked in the city, and everyone they caught with a stolen TV is that they found it.
Oh,
he said everything was found, right? No,
absolutely. Here's a quick funny story. When Dinkins was mayor, he came up with this gun buyback program. Now, statistically, it's like, wow, what a success. Did people hand it in? Like 400 guns. We got 400 guns off the street. These guns were like, it was no questions asked. You bring in a gun, they pay you like $100. I think it was back in the day. It was like $100 for a gun. The gun didn't have to work. The gun could have been a cap gun. It could have been anything. So they were getting guns like, oh, you know what? My husband passed away. He was like 98 years old, and he had these guns from World War II. I don't know what to do with them. So the ladies are bringing them in. You know what I mean? Someone finds like a broken gun in the garbage can. They come in and they bring it in. 100. Wasn't getting real criminals off the street. It wasn't like that. So the joke is like you catch a guy, like with a gun, and be like, what do you arrest me for? Well, you got a gun. No, I was going to the precinct. I was going to the precinct to hand it in. That's it. That's it. For $100. You know what? You save me a trip. Give me the $100. I'll go into the precinct. That was the joke. So it's like, come on.
That's funny. So we're trying here. I just want to like play a game. Do you have any games that you could teach me and Benny how to like?
Well,
An improv game.
Oh, an improv game.
Yeah. Not like a sex game.
All right. Well,
this isn't that kind of show.
It's not that.
It's not that kind of show, right?
No.
All right. Let me see. There's a Mr. Know-It-All game, which just kind of makes you think kind of quick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know
that one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
tell her
like
that
you would get something from the audience, right?
Right.
And here it is. Like, well, it's not a sex show, but we'll keep it clean, but it'll be funny anyway. We'll do the Love Doctor.
Okay.
So like you're one person, but you do it one word at a time. Okay? And you have to answer the question. So it'll be, good evening, my name is Dr. Love. Please ask any question. So that's how you get the cadence. Then the audience is going to ask a question, anything at all. You repeat the question, you answer the question. All right. So I'll ask the question to give you an idea, but let's do the cadence this way. So you'd say, good evening, my name is Dr. Love. Got it. So
Could be.
no, one word at a time. So you already screwed it up.
I know. Good.
Evening.
My
Name
is
Dr.
Love.
Please
ask
Me.
a
question.
Should I fake my orgasms? And then you repeat the question. So go ahead, start it.
Should
I
Fake.
my
orgasms
It
depends
on
did
don't think, just do.
she
Pay
for
it
next.
time.
No. That'd be next question. That'd be the next question. So once you get the answer and once you get the laugh, boom, you move on.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
but
if it goes really, really
That was
quick
funny
like
though.
that. So another one you can do is just to see how sharp.
Because I wanted to hear more about the orgasm.
But what we do is like when we do a live bit, we'll bring somebody up from the audience and sit them right between us. And it'll go bang, 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 and this person doesn't even know what to do, and it's really super funny.
We had a show on Halloween together, and you guys headlined, and the girl that you brought up for one part of it was just so unresponsive to.
Oh, that was the sound effects, so we had to bring up a friend of hers.
Yeah,
Right.
they were like, "Oh, are you ready?" She's like, "I guess." Like
Yeah.
she didn't want any part of it.
And funny thing is, she sat in the front row, and her friend's like, get her, she's crazy. She was like the Roseanne Barr character from the show Roseanne. She's like, she's like so like bitter about life.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, she was so angry.
You guys ended up having to do most of the sounds yourselves.
No, well, we didn't do the sounds, but even if someone blows the sound effect, you still have fun with it.
Yeah.
You claim it's broken, or you claim it, I thought it was, like if you say, all right, you know what, I'm gonna hang up on you, and she doesn't make a sound. Well, I thought I was angrier than that, but I guess not.
Yeah.
She doesn't say anything. So, but you have to go with it. But that's the great part about improvising, and you take it full circle into life. So you plan your life is going to go a certain way, and it doesn't. You got two choices: you can get upset, or you can rework it, and improvise and overcome. So let's just take that for example. Like if I'm sitting there and improvise, we're on the phone going, you know what? Don't hang up on me. I'm going to hang up on you. You're pissing me off.
You have to make the sound.
And if you didn't make the sound, I'm expecting you to make a sound on stage, but you don't. I got to improvise.
Right.
Well, I thought I hung up the phone louder than that, or, well, it's a good thing I wrapped my phone in feathers so it doesn't break, and it's quiet when I hang up. So you have to improvise with the same thing in life. You're expecting something to happen, and it doesn't happen. Well, you're going to sit there and go, oh, no, well, you're supposed to make a sound. Dude, you still got to fix it. You still got to fix life. Like when I was a cop, you couldn't go up to your sergeant and go, Baker, where are those gunshots? I don't know. Baker, what happened to the dead body? It was here. I don't know. It was here. I don't know. You couldn't. I don't know. They always tell a cop, and it's done facetiously and it's done realistically. Always have an answer. And that's done two ways, because the cop always has to have an answer. You cannot say, you can't say, I don't know. You're responsible. This is it. You're the law and order. You're the final frontier. You're the first frontier, the final frontier. You need to know what's going on, and it's the same thing in life. You got to be responsible for your life. You get to a certain age, the statute of limitations expires on excuses. You have to have an answer. You have to. You can't keep passing the buck. We live in a society where we're passing the buck now. You have to have your answers.
I miss the days where I don't know was an acceptable answer. I don't know.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
In my business, you can't either because, I make aircraft parts in my day job. No, but I get audited by like Boeing and stuff. And they say, what are you doing? What is your procedure here?
I don't know.
I don't know, yeah.
Hey, Rizzuti, the plane's missing brakes. Where are they? I don't know.
Yeah. Did you do this on the part? 30,000. Then our joke is at 30,000 feet, you'll never notice what's wrong with the part.
By the time they find out, it'll be too late to blame you.
Everything's. When a plane crashes, you see how they investigate?
Yeah.
Every part has an individual serial number.
Really?
An etched in number depending on the importance of the part.
I did not know
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I told that to a friend of mine when he was the first time he was going to fly. I told him, don't worry. We do the best with an airplane. We do a lot better than a car.
Wow, yeah. Sounds.
Look at how the cars fold up.
Oh, yeah.
Just bang into a curb or something.
They need to start bumper cars. Like, it needs to happen. Like, stop with the fashion.
I agree.
Just everybody have a bumper car. You're in the way, get out of the way.
With the big rubber around the car.
Yeah.
If they all look, you can make them fancier. You can give them bright colors and whatnot, but we'd all be much safer.
And think of the bonding. Because you ever see, like, bumper cars, like the father-son team? Okay, son, you steer, I'll work the pedals, all right? You can do that in, like, a regular car, like a long family trip. Put down the iPad, get in the front. You steer, I'll work the pedals, okay? Put the bumpers around it, because if the kid screws up, you got bumpers, who cares?
No big
Exactly.
deal.
That's what I...
And you spin it.
Yeah, you spin it in a circle.
Then you'll have all those circles with a whole bunch of, we're never going to make it to Brooklyn.
You got to go around. That's the thing. That's what my dad taught me at Adventureland when I was like 8. When I couldn't fit, I wasn't tall enough, so my dad would say, stand on my foot. And he would lift me up. And I was able to go on. And he'd go, okay, when you get on there, stay on the outside and you won't get hit. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, here I am trying to be in these bumper cars. And he's telling me how not to get hit in the bumper cars. It's like, I'm taking all the fun out of it.
Yeah, defeating the purpose.
Yeah. So, whatever. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. And we'll be back in a few minutes with Jeannie Powers. You're watching The Gagootz Show on MadhouseTV.com.
Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy, one of the founders here at Madhouse TV. People ask me all the time what motivates me and what makes Madhouse TV different than all the other internet broadcasting studios around the world. Well, I tell you, what motivates me are the people we get to meet, the people we get to help, and the lives that we change by allowing their medium here at the studio. And I think that that's what my motivation is. What makes us different? Madhouse TV has been around for the past 5 years. We have a solid foundation. We've seen studios come and go. We've seen studios in basements, garages, shacks, little shanties all over the place, people wanting to do this type of media. This is the media of the future. So what makes us different? Here at Madhouse TV, our team, Tommy Marr, Vicky, Janine, we take this very seriously. This is not a joke. This is a very serious business. And to be serious, you need to spend money. And to need to spend money, you have to have the best equipment possible to make the best video and the best broadcast possible. And here at Madhouse TV, that's exactly what we strive to do. We got a strong foundation. We're going to be around for a long time. They look at me every once in a while when I come up with an idea and they say, oh boy, here we go again. But you know what? It's that, oh boy, here we go again, that keeps us the best. And we will continue to strive forward to do whatever it takes to be the best internet broadcasting studio in America. And I got to be honest with you folks, we're on that path. Over the past several years, we have had some of the top entertainers here in this studio. We've had lunch with people like The Who. We've had people in here like George Thorogood's Destroyers. Tommy Marr has been inspirational in bringing some of the biggest talent in the world right here to the studio. You know, that's what it's all about. Once you're the biggest, once you're the best, they're going to come. So we're offering all of you out there who want to have a shot at media, want to have a shot at being on television, give us a call here at Madhouse TV. We'd love to talk to you. Our prices are unbelievably reasonable. This is not CBS. We never planned to be CBS. So if you want to be on TV, you want to get your message across, you have a non-for-profit that you got to get that message out to people of hope, give us a call at 631-882-6900. We're here to help. We're here to have a good time. And most of all, we're here to become the best and the biggest in this business. Thanks so much.
And we're back. Hey, Jeannie.
Hey, Nicole.
Thanks for joining us tonight on the Gagootz show.
Anytime. Just love sitting in traffic because some idiot rear-ended somebody else. Yeah, speaking of bumper cars.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, well, that's what they did on the set.
It wouldn't have been a problem. They just would have went back. Oh, no big deal.
Yeah.
They would have came
It was
back.
a big deal for me.
Yeah, well,
Sat
because
there
you're
for
late.
a half hour.
Yeah, they screwed up your day.
So big news today. Everyone knows Charlie Sheen
has
HIV positive. Not that anyone was shocked. I mean,
I just don't care enough about Charlie Sheen.
screwing hookers.
Just, yeah, like, dude, you've been screwing hookers for years. Like,
I just wanted to know if Denise Richards was HIV positive. I wanted to know if his kids were okay. That's all I really wanted
They're
to know.
all right.
They're fine.
They're fine. It
Yeah.
happened before that. Those kids are what, like 12 now?
I don't know.
13? They're almost adolescent.
So I guess this 150 million is going.
Now I'm really glad I didn't date Denise Richards when she kept calling me. Now I'm really glad.
Dodge that bullet.
Yo, woof.
Well, Magic Johnson wants to team up with Charlie Sheen now and fight the war against HIV together. He's
Okay.
calling them to the mat.
Is this for real?
Yes, this is for real. He just brought it up just now
Oh.
on Twitter.
And they were
on
like,
social.
we're going to be buddies with
HIV.
and we're going to celebrate life.
They're
Yay.
undetectable HIV.
Now, do you think this is like,
Undetectable?
it's been
You can have HIV, but it can be undetectable in your blood.
really?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
of the medications that are out there. And there actually is a medication out there that you can take while you're with someone who has HIV that prevents you from getting HIV.
Really?
You know, I read it wrong this morning. I'm up very early, and I thought that Charlie Sheen had HOV, which meant that he could drive in carpool lanes by himself.
No, I'm just curious though. All right, so it's been rumored and whatnot that he has HIV, and now it's confirmed
Yes,
that
on
it
the
is
Today Show with
positive.
Matt Lauer.
But don't you find it's very convenient timing for him to have HIV and to come publicly announcing it after everything that else is going on in the world?
Because somebody took a picture of his antiretroviral drugs. A hooker
A hooker?
took a picture of his drugs.
I know.
And he
I
was
just
being
feel like
blackmailed
everything's like a
and-
conspiracy. I just feel like maybe it's just too convenient every time. Like, America, get distracted by Charlie Sheen's HIV and don't worry about what's going on
what's
over
going
there.
on with ISIS.
Don't worry about that. Charlie
Sheen's
Sheen has
got HIV.
You know,
People are dying in Paris.
don't worry about it. Charlie Sheen has HIV and
Yeah.
he's gonna live because
I don't
Magic
think really
Johnson and him
anybody's
are teaming up.
Well, people really aren't that surprised about his HIV status, but
No, but it's just,
I don't think anybody really cares.
no.
I mean,
I certainly
I
don't.
don't.
But I agree with what you're saying. I think they do that whenever there's a crisis.
it's not that big. It's not that big of news, though.
Miley Cyrus doesn't know how to twerk. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she showed her tits again.
Did she?
No, I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
What else we
If
have?
she did, I think Scott would have known.
I would have had that on my Twitter.
In really
Yeah.
lame news, David Hasselhoff has dropped the hassle.
What?
Yeah,
He's just
you know
the
how
Hoff?
he's the Hoff? He
David the Hoff?
It's David Hoff now.
David
he
Hoff.
officially changed his name to David Hoff. He doesn't want the hassle.
Ah, oh my God. Here, take that pillow back.
No, he literally doesn't want the hassle. That was his words. Not mine.
That's
His.
David Hoff, man.
You know what's amazing? These guys got to sit around in Hollywood and they got to be actually thinking, how could I be less insignificant than I am right now? You know what? I'll change my name. There's got to be, and there's probably a segment of the population actually cares.
In Germany.
Yeah. Isn't he big over there?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Huge.
But I think
he's like a German Godzilla over there.
Yeah,
Right?
he's that's the hustle.
They need
He makes so much money from Baywatch. It's
Still,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah.
From just
in residual.
And that other show that he
Knight Rider.
Night Rider.
Kid Car.
Yeah.
I love that show.
I didn't watch it. I think I was too young.
Was it because you were too young? Shut up.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Are any of you metalheads?
I like metal.
Yeah. Well, Phil Taylor died. Do you know who he is? Because you're also too young for that. You guys aren't.
Wait, Mike Taylor died?
No.
How am I going to get my suits done?
Phil Taylor.
Oh, Phil Taylor. I don't know.
Motorhead.
Oh.
He's only 61.
Oh,
That's too young.
Oh, that is too young.
They were really
It is. I was going to have him play at my wedding. You know.
From Motorhead, all
He was
right.
known as Filthy Animal.
Philly Animal?
You got Filthy Animal.
Filthy Animal.
Oh, I'm surprised you guys don't know who he is.
I know Motorhead. I do.
I know Motorhead.
I know Motorhead, yeah.
All right.
They got their name from Frank Zappa.
Okay. Moving on.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you for a minute,
let's
Gene,
hear it.
because I didn't mention this. I've been wearing this shirt.
Oh, yes.
I went and saw Arlo Guthrie for Sunday, the Arlo Guthrie 50th anniversary of Alice's Restaurant. So some people may not know it. It's probably the only Thanksgiving song. And so just want to say I saw Arlo, and Arlo said, Arlo's thing was, he's a very funny man, tells great folk songs, and tells funny stories. He said, when I went on this tour, a lot of people said, isn't Arlo Guthrie dead? And Arlo says, I'm working on it.
Does he have undetectable HIV?
No.
Oh, well, you see, well, he's not going to get the headlines on. See, that's the thing. You need to in order to be on the front page news today, you need undetectable HIV.
What else is new in the news, Jeannie?
Jared Fogle going to jail.
Is he really?
I thought he was already in jail.
Well, no, he copped a plea. They want to put him in jail for 5 to 12 years.
For real?
That's it? Just 5 to 12?
For touching the kids, right?
No, he actually, he did more than touching the kids.
Did he?
Okay.
He actually, he did stuff?
Yeah. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Indiana has filed legal docs asking the judge to give Fogle 12.5 years in federal prison. There were 16 smartphones, 6 laptops, 22 DVDs, 160,000 text messages, 3,300 videos, and 47,000 pictures. They ID'd 12 victims of child porn and 2 victims of child prostitution. He is a sick fuck.
Yeah.
There was another person that was involved, which was Russell Taylor, his partner. There was 5.6 terabytes of data. Also involved, Taylor provided drugs and alcohol to induce the minors who were engaging in sex acts.
At
And
least they were courteous.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, he got us drunk. I don't want to rat him out.
Yeah. Fogle didn't report it because he wanted to see the pornography that Taylor produced.
That's fucked up, man. There's no other way of saying
He's a
it,
sick
but-
man, and he should be in prison, I feel, a lot more than
I
that.
don't understand why they only
Well
give
over
them
a decade.
What do you get?
like
12? He got
5
12
to
years.
12 years. They're like, he played with kids.
They're asking
But he had
for 12
sex
and a half
with them.
years,
I
but he
know.
copped
That's
the
what I'm
plea,
saying.
so
People
Yeah.
get
he can get 5 to 12.
5 to 12.
The earliest he can get out is 5.
That's a lot of evidence to have for letting someone cop a plea.
Okay.
Usually cop a plea when you don't feel like going through the trial because it's an iffy type of trial. That doesn't sound like that's iffy. That shouldn't have been a cop
Most of
plea.
that stuff is on Russell Taylor. That was all Russell Taylor's doing. Fogle just didn't.
The only other reason that they give pleas like that is because they don't want to put the victims, the children, through the process of the trial.
He's already given $1.1 million to those 14 victims. He's already given each person a $100,000 check written out personally from him to those victims.
So he's lost all his money.
Well, he probably will about to. I would imagine civil suits and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, civilly he's given 1.1 million. So
wow.
He's got a lot more than 1.1 million.
He had like 14 of
children that he has to give checks to for $100,000, and he's written out 1.1 million as of a couple weeks ago.
I mean, as a police officer at one point, how do you feel about something like that. Like, these people are able to be back out on the street again within a couple of years and go right back to
Do you
doing
think
what
that
they
they
did.
can be rehabilitated?
No, I mean, that's not a police officer question. That's a humanity question. It's just, me personally, I don't think you can be rehabilitated for that. You know, there's some things, I use an expression, you can't legislate morality. You know, you can't write a law to tell a person you're not supposed to, you know, touch and be with children sexually. That shouldn't be a law. That's a humanitarian thing. And
that should be something that
that
you should
yeah.
know.
I mean, you know the difference between right and wrong. I mean, you know.
Like, don't fuck that goat.
But there's
Yeah, exactly.
so many of them.
But that
Do
should
it
be.
anyway.
But that's something that I don't know as a police thing. Like, how do you feel as a human being about some guy? You know, that's something that you can't. I mean, personally, you can't be rehabilitated. You know the difference between right and wrong. You know you're not supposed to touch a little boy or a little girl. You know you're not supposed to do it. So what are you all of a sudden going to go? Oh, you know, I could be rehabilitated. I didn't realize it was wrong. You know, drugs you can rehabilitate. You know, you can rehabilitate somebody who's drinking. You know, someone who's doing drugs, because you get caught up in it. You get caught up. You know you're not supposed to do it, but you're tempted. You have other things on your mind, whatever. You can rehabilitate somebody maybe who does non-violent crimes. You know, you can even rehabilitate maybe people who do violent crimes at a spur of the moment. You can't rehabilitate a serial killer, a sociopath. I didn't realize like chopping and dismembering a prostitute was wrong. I didn't realize it, you know, but now I found God. I realize, you know, you're not going to rehabilitate that person. You know, you are going to rehabilitate a person who goes into a liquor store, goes to rob it, gets angry, blah, 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 something happens, you shoot him, okay. That person will be rehabilitated. It's a process of, you know, of the crime occurring. This is a premeditated, I know it's wrong, screw society, I'm doing it anyway because I'm a sick sociopathic bastard. You know?
47,000 pictures worth.
Right.
22 DVDs.
How are you going to rehabilitate that?
60,000 text messages, yeah.
Where
And
did all these-
5.6
but where-
terabytes of data. You know how much it's 5.6
But where did all
terabytes.
these children come from?
They were lured by drugs and alcohol. They're minors.
Well, like, where are their parents?
Sometimes
That's a lot of stuff right there.
he actually would fly a jet.
Yeah, so
He
1.1
would fly
million
a jet
is
to
like
another
nothing for him.
country and do.
Yeah.
He would fly like to the Philippines, I believe.
Yeah, so 1.1 million is like nothing for him to write. So I wouldn't be surprised if those civil suits come out even more now. You know.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, 12 years, I don't know all the things of the case, what they had on him. I don't know. I just think 12 years is and copping a plea, 5 to 12, I think that's a pretty light sentence.
Yeah.
For that much, you know. And those are the victims that are identified. How many victims are like, you know what? I don't even want to go through it. I don't want to tell anybody. You know? Guaranteed, those are 14 victims that they identified. Guaranteed that they're more than that. Guaranteed. You
Really?
just
They
I
ID'd
think
12
so.
victims of child porn and 2 victims of child prostitution. That's just the ones that the feds ID'd, like he's saying.
Yeah, and
so
there-
you
and-
know that there's more.
Sure. And what about all those videos? There's no.
So there's 48,000 pictures here. You're going to tell me that the 48,000 pictures are just of those 14 people? No.
Right, and that's not
There's
a victimless.
3,400 videos.
So somebody's
of child. 'Cause
right.
You're not even allowed to own child porn. So those 3,400 videos, probably from Asia and
Yeah,
Russia.
so without a demand, there's no supply. No, you know, these pornographers are not going to do it for money if there's no demand. Where there's a demand, there's always a demand and supply and demand.
Human trafficking.
Yeah, human trafficking. So somebody's exploiting these children in other countries, in this country, and making money off it because there's a demand.
That's
You know,
insane.
so all those other kids are victimized too. You know, so it is a very sick thing.
That is sick. I can't.
As a parent, it scares the shit out of me.
I don't want children. I just don't. I don't have time for that.
I know.
You know they have uterine implants going on now.
Uterine implant? Good. I don't know what that is.
They implant the uterus?
Good. I don't know.
Uterine implants now.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with our last guest real quick before we end the show. Anthony Crescenzo. You're watching The Gagootz Show on MadhouseTV.com.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! It's like you got I don't. Power.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power. It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Spice Body Spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power. Oh, Spice Body Spray can change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power.
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
And
Hey, we're back. I don't know even know what camera's
Anthony
looking.
joining us.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I know you wanted to come in and promote a little something that you have cooking in the works.
Yeah, we just wrapped up the release date for Thanksgiving Proposal. It's supposed to be sometime in the next few days. It's a romantic comedy produced by Silver Tree Entertainment. I played one of the leads, so it was a lot of fun.
Cool. When exactly is it coming out? Where could people find it?
It was supposed to come out on the 15th. I believe it's going to come out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
You can check that out on steentertainment.com.
STE?
Yeah, I think that's where they're releasing it.
Okay, and what else you got going on with the trailer for? We're going to show the trailer in
Yeah.
a little bit, but give us a little something else.
Okay, well, let's see. With that, it was me and the lead actress whose name in the movie is Amelia, played by Kelly Ray.
Is she a comedian also?
No, she's not a comedian. My buddy Rob Epple is her original love interest. They have a huge breakup over a ring that I was supposed to give to my girlfriend at the time, and it just gets very, very chaotic throughout the movie.
Okay, very cool.
Yes.
Do you have any questions for him?
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
No.
Pink. I couldn't think of anything. Okay. Hey, Anthony, you're a city stand-up comic, right?
Yes.
A New York comic.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything coming up this weekend? Any big shows?
No, I'm on a close set right now, so
all right.
literally everything that I'm doing is just staying in character and making sure that everything's working and that I'm not flubbing lines.
Are you in character right now?
No.
Jeannie just brought up a good question. What did you say? What's the release?
Your film, is it being released locally, regionally, nationally?
It's going to be a national.
independent?
It's going to be it's an independent film. It's going to be nationally released through Vimeo. VMO, I guess.
Vimeo?
Yeah, so they'll have it over there. I think it's only like $2 to buy the movie. It's like super cheap.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Very good.
And we're going to see a clip of that movie.
Oh yeah, I believe you're probably gonna wind up seeing the trailer for it.
Yes.
We're going to play that right now. Before we get to it, though, we're just going to say goodnight because we're going to close the show with the video and the trailer. Jeannie, we'll tell them what we are. We're the Gagootzes.
We're the Gagootz show.
Aren't you? I thought you
On
guys.
Madhouse TV.
I thought you guys were going to debut the Gagootz theme show song ending. No, go ahead,
This
sing
is
on
the
3.
Gagootz show that never ends. It's on my friends.
I love it.
This is the song that never ends because on and on our friend. Charlie Horse, don't slam that door. All right, we'll see you guys next Tuesday, and that stands for cunts. And
Oh, that's not improv.
What? It's totally what I say every week.
It is.
That's all.
Enjoy this video. Good night, everyone. Take
Good night, everyone. See you next week.
I just know this is going to be the best Thanksgiving ever. I feel it in my bones.
God, you are killing me. You have no idea how bad I want to get out of here.
Then do it. Just get in the car and come and get me. And you must be the infamous Gregory Franklin.
Posing. How would you know? He's hardly said a thing.
A mother knows.
Well, what? Show me something.
Something like that.
What? She's not your brother's type at all. We're used to each other, like comfortable old sneakers. There's no passion. There's no sparks. You know what? I don't even know if I love you anymore.
Alexander, I think you should go have a talk with him.
And say what? Better luck next time? She was my first.
First love.
First and only everything.
Thank you, Lord! My prayers have been answered!
You know, you're hurting a really nice person.
For Pete's sake, it's my all-time favorite movie.
Mine too. Barbra Streisand's classic.
Yeah, funniest hands down.
I think I'm the only person, or I thought I was the only person who ever heard of him.
Just when I thought I couldn't get any more boring than listening to Mom tell us about picking out just the right turkey for Thanksgiving, you guys pick a movie from the 70s to watch.
Beyonce.
Sorry about all this. Marissa meant to punch me and not the officer. You gotta believe me.
Well, you were certainly right, dear. This was better than a peaceful dinner with friends at the clubhouse.
A man after my own heart. That's good.
I live in Hicksville most of my life. I have a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here